Hey, Bubba. It's game week. It's been game week for the last 4.5 months, but this is a different game week, isn't it? How you doing?
I'm doing great, Phil. How about yourself, buddy? Are you in Omaha yet?
Nope. I'm on the way. I stopped here in our ESPN headquarters in Fort Smith. I'm planning getting there up tomorrow when you do too. I have a very special passenger with me in the car. Thanks to your superstitions, I'm really just trying to do everything I can to keep you comfortable. I've got the fly in a Ziploc bag with the donut, and I'm supposed to be meeting Dr. Charlie Liggett later today because he's got a very special kind of container for me to put the fly with the donut inside to ensure that these things don't get smashed any farther than they already are.
Yeah, you got to take care of the fly. The fly's kind of taking on a whole life of his own. It's kind of hilarious. Everywhere I went yesterday, people are asking me about the fly. They don't care about me and you. They just care about the fly, Phil.
So then why am I the one transporting it? You could have just picked the thing up in the booth and taken it with you. Why am I the fly's keeper?
I have no idea. I knew you had my back.
I do. I just didn't realize that I was going to be taking a fly that was lying on its back in our booth from this last weekend. All right, enough about that. We got our superstitions out of the way. I'm going to make sure that we're in a comfortable place. The matchup with LSU is what we got to talk about. But this is not the only time that these teams are going to play in Omaha. There's a very good chance they play twice, maybe 3 times. It's like Ole Miss 3 years ago. It's that Arkansas and Ole Miss met in the winner's bracket game. And the first game with Arkansas and LSU is to see who gets to go into the winner's bracket. How do you handicap this?
Well, Phil, early on, I was a little bit, I thought, okay, this guy sucks. We're playing LSU right off the bat. I feel like they should be in the other bracket. You know how I feel about the whole reseeding thing. I think teams should be reseeded after Supers. But you know what? We got to beat them at some point. We might as well beat them right off the bat. And I feel really good about the matchup. I really do. I remember when we faced Cade Anderson. And look, people have compared him to Liam Doyle. There's comparisons with their fastball, high carry, and all that. But, the difference, Cade Anderson, I could see him pitching in the big leagues tomorrow. I couldn't see Liam Doyle doing that. Cade Anderson has a lot of composure. He's not going to get rattled like a Liam Doyle type guy. So I think it's going to be a fun matchup, though. We did a good job against him last time out, got his pitch count up, and so I think it's going to be a lot of fun.
A lot of the numbers favor the Razorbacks, I think, in this game. LSU doesn't have really good numbers against left-handed pitchers. The Razorbacks have great numbers against left-handed pitchers. I thought Root outpitched Anderson the first time around, and that first loss to LSU, I don't know if I used the word fluky, but it had more to me to do with home field advantage than anything else. And I don't think anybody's getting at home field advantage because I think the crowd will be close to 50-50. The Hogs get to be the home team. The NCAA dictates whether or not there's any kind of a delay. The numbers are in their favor, Bubba, but you also know that that doesn't decide who wins and loses the game. Either one of these teams can.
Yeah, I mean, I felt like the first game was fluky because, we were in a perfect situation. I want to say we were going in the 7th inning, and we had Aiden Jimenez coming in to kind of close out the game, and he just didn't have it. That's like the one game of the year he didn't have his good stuff. And, I think if he'd have been the normal Aiden Jimenez, we win that first game, we win the series at LSU. But, things happen in the game of baseball, but I tell you what, I feel so good about this team. You've heard me talk about it all year. I feel like these guys are different. I don't think they feel pressure. I think they feed off the crowd, and I think it's really just kind of Omaha North. I feel like there will be a ton of fans there, but I know we're going to show up and represent the Razorbacks really well. I mean, we travel great, so I think it's going to be a fun environment tomorrow. And hey, wait, not tomorrow. My days are still off. Saturday. But I'm ready for it to get here. So, but I think it's going to be fun.
So why is Arkansas built for Omaha? Why is it this team this year that makes it stand out, maybe from the last couple of years? And why are they the most complete team there? Because everybody's saying this. It doesn't mean they're going to win it, but I do think when you're looking at how the roster is built, they are the most complete team there. What does being built for Omaha mean?
Well, I mean, think about in the past teams. I don't want to say we were home run or bust, but we really kind of lived and died by the 3-run homer. This team here can battle you in multiple ways. We can play small ball. We can get on base singles. We work the count. We grind out at bats. We play really good defense. Our pitchers throw strikes. I think what gets you in trouble in Omaha is maybe a walk or two, an error, and then a ball in the gap. And, a lot of it depends on how the wind's blowing. I don't think it. I don't think it really helps or hurts either team. We're a lot similar. Our offensive numbers are better than LSU. Pitching's pretty similar. But I think it's advantaged Arkansas just by the style of game we play. We don't strike out a lot. We put the ball in play. Now, we are facing a really high strikeout guy. I want to say he struck us out 10, 11 times. I can't remember when we faced him before. But, I just feel so good about it, Phil, because of the way this team plays. There's not a weak link up and down the lineup. The pitching staff, we're deep. And, look, let's say we do lose game one. It's not a death sentence for us because we have enough depth in our bullpen to come back out of the loser's bracket. So I don't think we're going to lose game one, but I just feel really good about this team.
And I'll let you go soon. I know you got an appointment that's coming up right here. And I think a reason why you just said what you said, and I think Arkansas is built, if they do lose Saturday, much more so than LSU, to be able to advance out of the loser's bracket. It's depth in the bullpen. And it's the length of the lineup. And it's also, so Matt asked me earlier, what players do you want to watch here and all that? And I'm talking about, well, I want to see Vahiva do something offensively because, well, he's the best player on the team. But then it hits you. There have been so many years, even teams that have gone to Omaha, and we say, well, Heston and Casey have to do something. Or, Lanzilli and Turner have to hit while they're here. Even just to advance out of the regionals the last 2 years, there's a couple guys in that lineup that absolutely had to hit for you. You don't ever have to point to one or two guys in this lineup. And I think that's a main reason why they are where they are and why it's so difficult for opponents to pitch to that lineup because you never know who can hurt you. They all can.
Yeah, no, I agree, Phil, absolutely. And look, all we need Vahiva to do is just play good shortstop. If he plays his game at shortstop, he is so good defensively. And we take him for granted, some of the plays he makes. Plus, he makes the routine play. He makes the great play. We say the great players make the routine play. He makes the routine play plus the spectacular play. But, I think we need him to be top of his game on defense. And offensively, I feel like he's going to bust out. I really do. It's a big stage. I think he's going to there. I think he's going to be relaxed. We're finally in Omaha. I expect him to have a good offensive series as well. But defensively is where we really need him to step up this weekend. And because there's a lot of guys in that lineup, and there's just, like you said, the depth of it, there's not a weak link. Top to bottom, it doesn't matter. Anyone in that lineup can step up and bite you. And if they don't get a hit, they draw a walk. Look at the way we scored against Tennessee. A 2-out walk by Maxwell. Helper gets a home run. They walked Avalon. They hit Aloy. Grand slam by Maxwell. We just find ways to do it, and that's what I love about this team.
Absolute last thing here. Now, you're one. I love doing games with you because you know what it feels like to be in those pressure moments. The first game you played at the College World Series in Rosenblatt, 1989. What did that feel like? And how, if you can remember, how long did it take before it just felt like a game and you go out and play this game that you played your whole life?
After the first pitch, I'll tell you what, I was nervous still because, I remember at George Cole Field, we didn't play in front of big crowds. So, we did when we went to A&M and Texas, places like that. But, boy, when we stepped out on the field, there was a big crowd there, Rosenblatt Stadium. It was Rosenblatt back then. I was nervous leading up to the game, but once the game started, I was at ease. It was like, okay, we're just playing baseball here. And, man, it was a lot of fun. I still have good memories of it. Wish we'd have done a little bit better, but, that's baseball. The best team doesn't always win. It was a team that played the best, and we had a couple of things that we didn't get right, and it ended up costing us. But, just the atmosphere alone. And I love what Jay Johnson and and Dave said, he's like, look, we want these guys to enjoy this. It shouldn't be all pressure. Oh, we're in Omaha. Enjoy it. Have fun. Embrace the fun part of being in Omaha, because these guys will remember this for the rest of their lives. Even the guys that go on and play Major League Baseball, they'll remember being in Omaha this week, hopefully for 2 weeks for the rest of their lives.
All right, Bubba, we'll leave it there. I'm imagining I'm not handing the fly to you on Friday, so I'll just have to sit it somewhere on our counter in the booth on Saturday, and then I'll let you decide what you want to do with it, okay?
Hey, I'm not scared, Phil. You can hand that thing to me, buddy.
Very good. All right. You can have the donut, too, okay?
No, donut's all yours. It's been on your side all year.
That's
we can't mix things up.
That's a good point. I don't want to mess those things up. All right, Bubba, we'll see you tomorrow.
Hey, looking forward to it. Drive safe on the way to Omaha, and, let's go Hogs.
BetOnline is the world's most trusted betting platform and your number one source for all your sports betting action. With baseball season in full swing, BetOnline has more ways to stay in on the action with the latest odds, news, scores, and even live in-game betting while the games are being played. We keep the dog days of summer rolling with the largest selection of odds on everything. With updated odds on the MLB, UFC, and boxing to tennis and NFL futures, BetOnline remains the best online source for all your sports wagering information. In between games, head over to the BetOnline Casino with all the top Vegas-style games, including poker and live casino. BetOnline, the game starts here.